just so much fun. Okay, you guys can sit down. The fun we have together, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be a play. Oh, I don't want to block them. Everybody comes for them anyway. I'll never get it. I'm just waiting for the singing to start. Now, Tommy was the first one. Oh, I can't believe that actually worked. Tommy was the first one to say hello. Does he win a prize? We're fresh out of prizes. We had a prize this morning, last one out the door. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo-doo. So, on my preview over here, the picture looks really pixelated. That's not the case, is it? Does it look terrible? Because it looks terrible to me, and I don't like terrible. Especially because we're about to do VR. We want it to look nice and crisp. Because even though you can't experience it in stunning 3D. Hi, Angela. See, now Angela has stepped up to the plate and saying hello, and you even see top chat. You shouldn't see that. Why are you seeing that? There we go. Loretta, oh, hallelujah, you're back. That's right. That's right. Although my name is actually Bob. People call me Hallelujah. I don't know why. I take it as a compliment. I try not to get too, in my head about it. So here's the dealio. All right, good. Looks good. Because man, oh man, it looks terrible over here. I may have to just refresh this screen. So if you were with me a little while ago, right here, somewhere on YouTube, I was broadcasting live in 360 degrees with my handy-dandy, very low resolution these days, Insta360 Nano. And I did, what I shared was the whole setup for this broadcast, which took a lot longer than I wanted it to, I could tell you. Steve was there, right, Steve? Cher is here, and so is Thomas. So I saw you pop in at the very end of the live preview over there, Thomas. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on over here. Now, again, Tiffany, where are you? See? She subscribed. We had the whole conversation. Anyway, don't forget, you too can subscribe simply by clicking the subscribe link and then click of that little bell, and then you'll be notified. It asks you certain questions, I think. Like, do you want to know when he goes to the bathroom? Do you want to know when he has his 6th cup of coffee? Just now. I didn't really. Probably don't believe me. But I didn't. Okay. Awesome. See, because Cher is a Bob Doyle fan, says, well, right under that, it says it. But you can see it. You're in the chat room right now. I mean, as I say this, you are. Later, I have no idea. Okay, so here's what sparked this. A while back, I requested a copy of my birth certificate. It was just one of the many documents that I kind of lost during my move here to Las Vegas. I may have lost it going to LA. I don't know. I don't know where it is. I may have it. Point is, couldn't find it, needed it, because I needed to know certain pieces of information from it. Namely, I was going after what time of day I was born. And then I used that information, just as a side note, completely incorrectly, because I misread whether it was AM or PM. And the whole reason I did this, the information I gave was just to get that time, and then I was 12 hours off. So I was looking at my birth certificate just a minute ago. Well, no, now it was a freaking ever ago. When I had the idea, it was just a minute ago. And I was observing some of it. Like, for example, did you know that I was alive when this report was filed? I mean, it stands to reason, but it's just something I never thought about. One of the things that pop out of interest to me is like, my dad's, first of all, my dad was 22 and my mom was 23. Guys, too young. What were you thinking? All right. Same thing I was thinking, apparently. Anyway, radio announcer. That was how they summed up my dad's job. And I guess at the time he was a radio announcer. Therefore, the description was accurate because he was only 22 and he hadn't quite gotten into television yet, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't sure about the history lesson. And my mother, what did they say her occupation was? Wait a minute. Oh, get this. They don't ask her occupation. This is 1965. That's kind of interesting. And what's also interesting is that when they asked about my dad's occupation, it's the word they use are usual occupation. And what they also say, this is where I first saw the usual term, was usual residence of mother. What are they implying? Usual residence? Well, she usually lives here, but the rest of the time, hard to say. I mean, it's kind of, all right, whatever. She was pregnant for 40 weeks, by the way. I'm sure she would love knowing that I am reading this out loud. And I will also note that my mother's signature is the same today as it was 52 and a half years ago. Yes, I know, Thomas, and that's the whole thing. Thomas was pointing out that astrologically that puts me in a whole different camp. And that is why it is a shame that I got that wrong. It seemed like there was one other little thing that I wanted to share on this, but maybe not. Anyway, the reason that we're here today is not because of all those silly little observations. But I saw there my address, the address of the apartments that I was whisked into after my arrival on the planet. And now, for those of you who have followed me for a while, you know that, I have geeked out on the Google Earth technology since it came out and have been sharing it in various broadcasts, YouTube, Facebook, wherever. And we fly around the world together, and I take your requests, and we go see London, we go see France, we go see someone's underpants. That's right, I just went ahead and did it instead of, implied it. Trying new things. This is workshopping. We're going to see how it landed. We'll ask the focus groups, what was better, what do you think, But I never went back here because I always went to where I say I grew up was in Stone Mountain, Georgia, and I've been to that house and showed it many times and all of that. But before that, I was at this place, and I never knew the address off the top of my head. I didn't remember it, and for whatever reason, I had thought that they had torn it down, like it was those apartments no longer existed. So it never even occurred to me to ask my mom or something, hey, what's the address of where we grew up? So I looked here. Now we moved from those apartments into the house that I usually share when I was 5. Or right before I was 5. I think I had my 5-year-old birthday at the new place, as I recall. So any memories I have pre my old house, are at this place. And that includes things like riding my trike, riding in a wagon, riding my bike, sledding down the hill, and all these specific, very specific memories, which of course I'll be recounting when I'm in VR, walking in the very place that they occurred. Come on, that's pretty interesting. Did I choose the right music for this? Why is that happening? I fixed that, I thought. And then I guess I didn't save the fixes. I don't know what's going on with me. Anyway, some of your relatives were from Georgia? Me too. So what I did at that point was like, hey, so I was on my phone at that point. I just went to Google Maps and just put in the address, and lo and behold, immediately from the top aerial view, I was like, it was like, I've shared before in Google Earth that if you do, the first time you fly down to a place where, you've spent a considerable amount of time, you get a very visceral response, even in VR, and even though the resolution's not that great, and it's just, there's something about everything about it, your brain is going, wait a minute, I've been here before. It triggers all this weird stuff. It's hard to explain, but I haven't done that yet to the extent that I'm going to, because I wanted to have this moment with you, right? Roller skating. I'm sure I must have roller skated there too. I'm sure there was many a skinned knee. It's kind of coming back to me, actually. Anyway. So we're going to go in there. You and me. What do you think? Does that sound fun? Now, this means I'm going to be in VR. I will be, in theory, seeing your comments in there. I hope. If not, I can fix it, so I will. But you see your comments. And we're going to start in Vegas. And then we're going to do a search and go to Atlanta, Georgia. And I guess I'm just going to, type in the search. It's, I haven't lived there in 52 years. It's an apartment complex. Whatever. You don't. It doesn't matter, right? I'm going to just put the address. And then we're going to sail over that away. And then we're going to hang out there for a little bit. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll fly around to where your birthplace was. Maybe. We'll see. So, oh yeah, my point was I'm going to look like a dork. But I'm going to be over in the corner. I really cannot see. Has this got it? Yep. All right. So this will all be kind of shaky and weird for a minute behind me while because the headset's been sitting here, the controller's turned off, so everything has to kind of reset. And you'll be hearing me talking here and the music, I hope, from Google Earth. And I'll get in there and see if your comments are. All right, cool, Thomas. Well, we'll do it after we're done here. So I have to take those off. And here we go to Dorkville. All right, now because of the light umbrellas and all this other stuff in the room, it's let me make sure you're here. Oh, there you are. You're on the wrong. You're on the wrong controller. All right, cool. So I can see the duplex my parents were living in when I was born is actually still standing. So when I'm twisting this, I'm looking at your comments and all of that. I don't know if you can see. I don't think you can see that. So now we are on top of, I think, Treasure Island here in Vegas. You can fly around here a little bit. One of these days, I'm going to have to do this thing. Oh, wait, I want to change a setting here so that everything is human scale. This ginormous Ferris wheel thing, I only learned recently that these are actually like lounge-sized things. It's not like a lot of you are like, duh, Bob, we know this. But they're little lounges and tables and chairs and stuff. So it's not just this little ride you take around with somebody with a seatbelt over you. It's like a place to go and drink and whatever. Imagine that in Vegas. Flying over the Bellagio, I still say it would be so cool if Google Earth could somehow make that fountain show go. All right, Cher is saying cool, crazy cool, Illinois. All right, well, we'll take your request right after we get into mine. So shall we first stand on the top of the Eiffel Tower? Of course we should. Ooh, that's whoa, well, that is not comfortable. Let's see what the street view is here. Oh. Nice. There are 360 pictures to see. Hold on, let's see if we can get one. And then we'll go. Promise. Of the show, sorry. These 360 pictures update depending on where they were taken. Let's see. No, that's not going to be it. I know there was one I saw flying around here not too long ago. One where somebody got the fountain going. This is my computer's, my headset is freaking out. All right, well, the water's not going here. We're not going to waste time with this, but isn't that nice? So these are just pictures that people have taken and then somehow upload to Google Earth. So you get a higher resolution picture. All right, so now we're just going to go. I have to peek at the address again. All right. Just click the search. Oh, it's already there. Good. That was easy. All right. I can close that now. Let's see if I can move so that the controllers are a little bit more in the where the base stations can see them. All right. So this is the building. This is the building where it all happened. Now, at some point in my 4 years of life there, we moved from one unit to another. My recollection is that we were somewhere like over here at one point, like right by the stairwell. But then it must have been, I don't know if it was the same building or not, but this is the hill where my whole childhood happened. So this is the part where I get the fluttery inside feeling. Because this, like right here, this spot, I'm going to see what's in Street View. Oh, okay. Oh, man. All right, well, this is crazy. Because, first of all, it hasn't changed. The color's the same, the setup the same, everything's exactly as I remember it. And this hill, let's see if I can go up this way. I had my first bike accident going down this hill. I remember coming down and hitting a bump or a little hole. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing or not, but, and goodbye. And I just remember being very, I think I hit cement down here at some point. I just remember it being a real, like that was that was a real biking accident. So now here, at this spot, is where I remember being. Let me make sure I'm still even looking. No, I'm looking so off the camera. Let me twist this around. See your comments. A lot of small towns don't change much. Yeah, but this is Atlanta. I mean, this is right outside of Atlanta. I can't believe they haven't, you know, done this in. But sitting right here, I was on a tricycle. And so I would have, you know, I would have been 3 or 4 or something like that. And then these two kids who were probably like 6 or 7, right? Start walking up to me. No, I must have been 4. I must have been 4. And these two kids, who I guess were like in 1st grade or 2nd grade or something like that, they decide to bully me. Now, let's keep in mind that this was 1969 or whatever. My mom is not sitting here. She's in the house, and they're doing parent things. And yeah, they're 4-year-olds outside playing unsupervised. What of it? That's how it was. These kids start telling me I go to kindergarten. I'm like, that's kindergarten. Even then, I remember going to kindergarten. You go to kindergarten. I think that was my first experience of quote-unquote bullying. And it has, that whole kindergarten thing, I mean, to this day, clearly, I don't relate the story very much. But, yeah, it gets under my skin. Kindergarten. Looks like somebody had like a inflatable pool or something, and then they let it deflate. Oh, no, it's a play. It's an inflatable... You know, like, you see what it is. Oh, sorry, the interference with the controllers is making me nuts. And I'm in a very close quarters here. So there's the hill, going down the hill. Let's relive it. Ah, hit the hole, boom. It happened a lot faster than that. Now, what I also remember, which I can't see over here, is we used to walk across the street. Wait a minute. Well, there was this swing set somewhere, and it doesn't seem like that's still here. And also, and I even... asked my mom about this. I remember that the pool... Okay, hold on a second. I think I got flown off into space or something. The pool was a short walk. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, I gotta stay composed, but this not being able to see is driving me crazy. The pool was... Oh, where am I now? Okay. Oh, that's right. If you go under an object here, you get thrown up on top of it. So my recollection was the pool was a short walk over here. It's clearly not there anymore, because I think it would have been probably like right here where this is, or somewhere really close. It was just a very short walk, so for whatever reason the pool's not there anymore. But here, I remember that, boy, I don't know, do I want to tell this story? It's, oh, hello. 52 years later, do I want to tell him myself? Let's just say there was an incident with... Oh, wait a minute. Now I can't remember. Now, you know when... Hold on, I have to take this off. You know how sometimes you tell a story so many times over the course of your year and you think it might have been a lie, and now you don't know the truth anymore? That's where I am with this right now. Because now I don't know what the story is. But this, where we're pointing right there, that side of the building, that corner of that building, there was a fire one day. It was a brush fire. And for years, I've been holding it in my head that me and some friend who found matches or something started it and didn't admit it. But now I don't think that's, now I'm thinking that that was something that we had played with matches. Hold on, I popped up something that I didn't want to here. We did play with matches and set something, you know, and surprised ourselves with it. But I don't think that was us, but I think I was, to be honest, I can't remember anymore. Did I? All I know is right there, that corner there was a fire. And it wasn't that far from that time that I was playing with matches for the first time. Okay. Hi, Stephen. Welcome. I am very anxious to be on Stephen's show, talking about the Balanced Living Challenge coming up. All right, so now I'm going to get back in and see if I can take some of your requests. But I'm telling you, the whole umbrella situation, blocking the signal, is making me crazy. So let's look at your comments. I'm just going to go back and see what your, because I can't scroll through this, I don't think. I can. Oh my God, this is new. Although it's pretty weird. All right, so Thomas, you said your childhood home. Where was that? And then there's Kankakee, Illinois. Let's go to that since I just see Cher's thing here. Kankakee, is that how you say it? Kankakee? Seems familiar. K-A-N-K. There you go. See? Didn't even have to type the whole thing. All right, now we are hovering above it in world mode. We can fly down a certain amount before we have to get down into, I guess, I can't remember what they call it. Anyway, tilt the Earth down. So I'm going to do that now. We'll fly in and we'll see. Again, we never know whether or not a place is going to be 3D extruded or not, but it looks like it is. Little models pop in. So Cher, does this seem familiar to you? I'll sit here for a second. You can tell me if this is, if you recognize this, if you're still here. Oh, now I have to scroll these comments down again. I have to figure that out. Come on. This is sketchy at best. And now it's not working at all. Come on. All right. All right, we got an address from Thomas. We'll do that. All right, excellent. So Cher, are you here? Are we where we need to be? I know I was looking at the thing, and so you probably don't even know. Let's just fly down a little bit. For whatever reason, they've chosen this to be sort of the center. We'll just fly here and see what's happening in a street view. Oh, we are in between buildings at this point. Doesn't seem like a very accurate land. They put me in an alley. Right by a truck. JB Sports, Lori's, The Look. PNC, anything? Okay, I've got to figure out how can I remember where straight ahead is. All right, let me go ahead and put in Thomas's. I have to do it awkwardly because somehow the side it was okay. 10336. Oh no! Stop doing this. Whatever you're doing. I've lost my signal again. 10336. Shasta. Gotta keep going. Did you say the last one? There we go. We got it. Here we come. Now this looks like it is out in the middle of nowhere. Is this, are we in the right place here, Thomas? Because it seems to have put us at an intersection. Clearly not 3D extruded. This is, you know, not all places have it, and if they're very remote, they don't have it. But let's see. Boondocks of Northern California. Okay. Should have read that last line. Well, it is definitely boondocky, but is this the place? I have to wait for the delay. No problem, Cher. But why didn't you speak up when I was asking? I have to remember that you're seeing what I'm seeing, and if I look all around crazy like that, it's very jarring. All right, anybody else got something for me? We see me now, not VR. What? Oh, jeez. I obviously hit the, what is this? Sorry, guys. I obviously clicked some buttons. This is so silly. All right, sorry. Thank you, Sarah, for telling me that. Seeing the wrong screen. Got it. Ugh, I must have hit my keyboard or something. So I don't know if you even got a chance to see your can key. We can go back real quick. Ground level. Come on. I'm going to peek, just make sure it's working. Okay. Oh, what's happening now? It looks like Google Earth might have crashed. Let me peek. Oh, I can't. I've lost control of VR. Alright, well that's as good a time as any. Now see, that's weird because it's still working, but I can't see it. Anyway, I'm still going to end it. Let me go here. Whew. The interference with the umbrellas is just too crazy. Normally when I do VR, I've got all this moved over into the corner, and you know the room's wide open, and you see me by the webcam that's on top of the corner computer. I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but I just wanted to finish that sentence. All right, let's peek over here. What do we got? Yes, I see you surf the Grand Canyon. Yeah, so Stephen, I've done that a lot of times, and I will do it again. But if I'm going to do that, where it's like a really cool place and I really want it to work, I'll do it when I'm not doing this, so that the umbrellas aren't blocking the signal and all of that. But anyway, so this was a multi-stage project. This was like I put way too much time into this for the payoff, like in a huge amount of ways. Oh, with that, well, thank you for the acknowledgement. I appreciate that. Okay, no, we're not going to the mobile cam, so let's just go right back over here. So. See, my hands are just wanting to push buttons that just don't need to be pressed. Could that be the story of my life? I don't know. It just seemed like something to say. I'm going to hit the theme now, as evidenced by the fact that you're hearing music. Turn the volume down a little bit. Why don't we even we'll have the dancers dance our way out too. I mean, why not? Well, I'm glad you guys had fun. I hope you had fun. I'm going to watch it back and go, they didn't have fun with that. That was crazy. That was just one technical issue after another, and what do they care where I wrecked my bike? But I wanted to do it anyway, and so I did. The end. So maybe tomorrow on the 4th of July we'll do something. I've got a great fireworks program in VR that I've been wanting to, that last year I was going to set up a whole display and said, no, it's too late, I'll do it next year. And now it's next year and I haven't done it and I probably won't do it. So that's how that works. What are you doing here?